This first part focuses on building the strong foundation to launch your career. And it is never too late to build or underpin your career foundation with the skills we discuss in this coaching session. In this initial segment, we will cover the first 3 secrets for thriving in the consulting industry. Eve had been with the company for 3 months when she was asked to attend a client meeting with her boss, Gary. He was technically brilliant, but his management style was stuck in the male-dominated era of the 1980s. He was crass and cocky with an intimidating style that he often got away with because of his industry knowledge and experience. Nonetheless, Eve was hopeful this occasion would be a learning experience for her. And it was. "Not that board, you effing moron. Hand me the other one." This is what Gary said to Eve halfway through the meeting. He used a demeaning but somewhat jovial tone, as he also gave an old boys club smile to the room full of clients. And just like that, Eve learned the impact of an ineffective mentor. It was a very valuable moment, as it caused her to begin to closely observe and study the styles of other managers, fearing she may have made a horrible mistake in her career choice. 6 months later, when Gary began what the company was calling an unplanned leave of absence, Eve asked to be teamed with Jake. She had befriended Jake after observing how he never barked commands at his team. Rather, he offered learning opportunities. And when he interacted with the company VPs, it always had a positive spin. He believed that complaining was the problem-solving method of the incompetent. He had discovered the knowledge of how to thrive in the industry and was willing to share this knowledge with Eve. The first secret to career advancement is to find the right mentor, and don't give up searching until you have. Your search for a mentor should begin with characteristics that you value, and use them as criteria to measure and vet potential coaches. For example, a few characteristics may include a good communicator, someone who has done what you want to do, a role model that is respected in the industry, and perhaps most importantly, a willingness to help. A mentor could be a company leader, a direct supervisor, or an industry coach, as long as they demonstrate a serious interest in your career advancement. The right mentor can guide you in the transition from college life to an office environment, which can seem like visiting a foreign country at times. The secret to thriving in a foreign culture is learning to effectively interact with the community. The same goes for a business environment as well, and is the second secret on the list. A new employee can feel like a tourist in a different country, so the sooner they can learn the ways and customs of the industry, the quicker they will be able to thrive. Some simple things Eve was surprised to learn included: her honor roll accomplishment meant very little after she was hired. Many of the everyday skills in software she now relied upon weren't taught in college. In school, her accomplishments were primary, and maintaining the reputation of her school was secondary. In the office, this was now reversed. These simple changes take time to recognize and adjust. The quicker this occurs, the sooner Eve could begin building her career. Building your communication skills is the third secret to accelerate your career. Each industry and organization have their own communication style, but there are a few concepts that almost always hold true. Correspondences should be concise, responsive, and professional. For example, I set my own requirement to respond to all non-urgent messages within a 4-hour window. You should pick a time frame that is acceptable in your work community and stick to it. I also learned to be concise and professional regardless of the recipient. Assume any message you send will be forwarded at some point in a thread to colleagues, bosses, and clients. And don't sit on bad news, it won't get better with time. The longer you wait, the shorter time you have to solve the problem. Most new hires want to demonstrate their value at the earliest opportunity. However, doing so at the expense of alienating team members won't provide the same value as effectively collaborating for a team win. Employers value production teams and those who can lead them to a high-performance level. Disrupting a team will typically not promote your advancement. Finally, being able to speak effectively to any size group is not just valued, but revered in the consulting industry. Honing your public speaking skills is one of the most successful ways to achieve career advancement. Eve began the development of her communication skills by simply listening to her mentor and observing how others interacted. She started corresponding with concise, responsive, and professional messages, and she practiced collaborating with team members, even though it didn't come easy for her. She realized the skills she found the most difficult often had the greatest impact. As Eve learned how to thrive on Jake's team, he began to ask her to give brief presentations to the client. She feared public speaking even more than one of Gary's pep talks. But with the right help and practice, she became pretty good at it. And something interesting happened. By succeeding at a skill that others were reluctant to attempt, she achieved a status boost among her team members and got the attention of her higher-ups as well. Public speaking also taught Eve to organize her thoughts and ideas in a concise manner, convey them effectively, and watch for the listeners' reactions. All of which accelerated the growth of Eve's communication skills, further building a foundation for her career advancement. Eve learned that each challenge she accepted would lead to a new opportunity for further development. This concludes part 1 of our series, which lays the foundation for the basic actions and skills to begin your process for accelerating your career advancement, which can result in personal achievement, recognition, and substantial financial benefit. But you should not go it alone. Finding the right mentor will be an invaluable addition to the process and can help you navigate your new industry and develop vital communication skills. Career advancement without the proper knowledge can place an employee in a precarious position. That is not what this course is about. Rather, it is intended to offer vital skills that will assist you in learning the necessary knowledge at a faster pace and performing at a higher level. This will give you the confidence to accept greater responsibility at a more rapid pace. Making this commitment begins with learning your industry culture and honing your communication skills. The next part will address strategies to navigate your organization's structure.